is walking off after wrestling. And
after a loss.
And it's not that. And even though maybe it was your last match was a loss, it's not the end of your wrestling. Your wrestling is a lot more than just actually hitting the mat. Not to step away from that too much, but a little bit about the Native American stuff that I learned a little bit looking at the website, and tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Recently I've been inducted into the North American Indigenous Hall of Fame due to my background as a Narragansett Indian.
Yep.
And so really, really proud for me. I'm the first coach to go in. As a matter of fact, the coach of Houston, who just played last night, he's in there as well.
Wow.
Basketball, him and his son. And so I was going to reach out to them after their success, but I'm still going to reach out to them after. But it was really humbling, because there's only one other Narragansett Indian in there, and it's a proud tribe with a long history. I mean, URI is on our land right there, and so it's really interesting when you're in the conversation for Hall of Fame's body of work, length of work, contribution to the sport. And so it's just I'm excited about the ceremony that'll be this summer in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Very cool.
And I've never been there before, so that'll be pretty cool at Green Bay. But it's when you sit back and look at the coaching, what you did, people you touched, lives you meant something to, you're considered a father figure, an uncle, a coach, or a confidant. You're all those things, and on top of that, you're trying to help people keep their GPAs up so they can graduate or go to college or go to a trade school, whatever it is that their path is. But being a coach matters, and so it's really special. I'm really proud.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So a little bit about the team that you're coaching now. Give me a little background on the Olympics and what's. You have enough to tell me, so you started telling me I cut you off because I didn't want to hear. I didn't want you to.
No. That's okay. Yeah. I'm proud to say I'm the founder of the Wrestling Federation for Cape Verde.
Yep.
And for people that don't know, probably a lot of people do, especially in this region.
Yep.
Cape Verde is the island nation off the west coast of Africa, comprised of 10 islands, and the capital is Praia. And I had been trying to start this since 1999. And the process started with contacting the Olympic Committee and talking to them and seeing what their interest was. But at that point in time, they just wasn't ready. They had just started. 1996 was their first Olympics, so they was only going on their second. So it took a while because they was doing the sports that was home to their region right there.
Yes. And
it was it's difficult in an island nation, what you can do, some of the resources, some of the things make it difficult. But as time went on, they got a new president, new secretary general. Filomena Fortes is the president. She's done a fabulous job. Raul Sole is the secretary general, and their foresight and vision to start wrestling brought me back in the picture. So we started all the paperwork, and it's a lot. Trust me, it's a lot of paperwork, bylaws, and so many different things. And then you get affiliated with United World Wrestling, which oversees all wrestling on Earth. And so through doing that, it's been able to. First, I started this was 2021. So you got to think what was going on in 2021. We're dealing with COVID. We're dealing with the Olympics being postponed. So during that time is when I was doing this. And so I was one of the first wrestlers and identified as an Olympian due to my background and what I brought to the table and my high level of success also. Cool. So I was in the trenches trying to qualify, for the Olympic Games. Got my lanyard and stuff there that shows athlete and everything. So it's pretty cool to be able to have that. But due to COVID and not getting the passports on time, couldn't go. So that was really tough. To not be able to get on the mat and wrestle. Was still able to have the ability to go over and be an athlete and be in the Olympic Village. But it was so tough because you would have been because as you can see, like it shows you that you're an athlete. Everything shows you, you get food, right? You can see that's an important one right there. Food, right?
Especially when you're out of the country.
Especially, and so it kind of lets you know where you're able to go. But because of not having had my passport to qualify as an athlete, that although I could go to the Olympic Village, it was really, you were controlled what you could do there. Remember, COVID was still going on. There was a lot more rules that was set up during that time. So I elected not to go. You know, I didn't want that to be my scenario, so I didn't end up going. But transitioned into more coach leadership development, and so in that we've definitely been growing. I mean, we got some athletes that are doing really good. My son's a wrestler.
That was where I kind of I wanted to move into that too. Sure. Just like I said, because I want to make sure we can get a nice overview of everything that's happened, and it's the kind of the passing the torch. Yeah. Where you have a son, because I saw a nice picture of the two of you in online there, and maybe you can give us a little background about how he's doing and following. He's
doing great. He's and we have more athletes than that, and I'll get into them. But my son Anthony, he does great. A lot of pride watching him do it, and he's named after my older cousin Anthony Amato, so he got a little pressure on him. Exactly. And he was in the mix, being deemed an Olympian and going to events and stuff as well. Won our first match there in Bulgaria, representing Cape Verde. So he's the first athlete to represent. I wrestled after him and won my match too. So that is my last match is a win. He was asking about last match.
All right.
I wrestled a gentleman from Kuwait, but it was having a child that does a sport as a parent alone is the ebbs and flows and emotions, and it doesn't matter if it's rec softball or it's competitive soccer. It's a journey, and to have my son excel in a sport that I did, it's just been great watching him do it. He ended up going to Iowa State University on a scholarship. He was an All-American for United States multiple times, even at the university level. He's a two-time All-American, placed at University Nationals and the World Team Trials. So, I've watched him do it, and then since after college, he retired. He's like, I'm done. I did everything I could do, and I gave him a hug and a kiss, and I couldn't be more happy for the friends that he's made, places that he's went. But when all this ended up happening, he was like, Dad, I got to dust off the shoes.
Yeah, well, that's huge. Well, the thing about that, and sports is huge when you think about family.
Yes.
My sister has taken my niece all over for soccer. She's an amazing soccer player, and she's played in Texas and Florida, and the family is like constantly together in a car for 3 or 4 hours. So
days sometimes.
So you have a lot of family
absolutely
on time.
Yes.
And it's a great focus, and it does keep everything tight, because I can imagine it's hard enough just to try to raise kids, but then to be able to raise kids and keep the sport rolling and the travel. I see what they have to do. It's funny, because I think back when I was a kid, if there was any excuse to not have to do any sort of homework, I found my way. And I hear them saying, well, I don't want to miss school on this day, because I'm like, who doesn't want to miss school on what day for any totally different generation than when I was a kid. But like I say, I'm huge when I see that. I'm huge into that because of the family aspect that I get to see. Hockey moms, softball. I watch my friends with their kids with softball, traveling teams, volleyball. It is an amazing thing. I wanted to keep this a little bit tight right here, and I think we got nice podcast rolling here. I was amazed at the directions it took. I had no idea what we could talk about.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to close out? I know you have a lot of ties, local ties. If you want to say hello to anybody, please feel free.
A couple things. Well, we have some stuff coming up.
Please do.
I tried to write some notes down. Yes. We have the African Champions coming up in Casablanca, Morocco in May. So we're excited about that. My son will be there wrestling. Mateo will be there. He's training in France right now, and so he's doing a good job. Joao will be there. Wilson will be there. And Angelina will be there. So they're all going. It's a veteran group that's going to be going, so we're super excited about that. We have a lot of medals that are coming back. We're really trying to do that.
Can they see this online? Can people see it? Is that?
UWW.org. Yep, UnitedWorldWrestling.org. Yep.
So if you go to that site, you can kind of map your way down and...
Yep, it'll say live.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, it'll come right up because right now the European Championships are going on.
Yep.
And I'd be remiss with not, talking about some of the support we're getting, Task of Ford and Seekonk, Arrow, making sure we have our apparel. Kristen from American Trophy and Awards right there in EB,
very cool people.
and so she's done, matter of fact, she did this right here. And so, just some of the so much support that you're getting.
Yes.
Because Cape Verde only has 545,000 people within those 10 islands. So that's spread out. In the United States, there's a lot more. Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and California are the three biggest locations of our Cape Verdean brethren.
Yes.
So when you really think that, so we're trying to pull and grow the sport. We're doing a great job with that. But as a matter of fact, magazine, APRSA, they're doing a great story on us. It's going to come out. They got over 5,000 copies come out every other month. I mean, they're 10 years going on. David and Philomena met with me and wanted to do something. I mean, this magazine goes to Canada. It's going to be going to Brazil. It goes to the United States. It goes to Azores. It goes to Portugal. I mean, there's so much love out there, you know, and during tough times like we're going through right now, you know, I mean, I know this isn't political stuff, but it's getting tough. You're a business owner, you know, I'm sure you're feeling it, you know, and, you know, to have people give love, to have you want to have on and talk about Olympic wrestling, you know.
And I know the benefit of community because, like I said, look around here. Everything you see is community. Everything was given to me. All of these pieces were brought in to say, show the community.
It blows me away just to see how many people care. You know, you're in the gym, you're in Planet Fitness or someplace like that, and then all of a sudden someone's like, hey, my cousin, or I'm from, or do you speak? You know, but, you know, we have training. We do it, EP Martial Arts, over there in Taunton Ave. Not far at all. Bart and my uncle Tyree, you know, they run over there full martial arts. Wing Chun, Jeet Kune Do, Judo, and now wrestling is added to it. So I coach over there and do training over there. So anybody that wants to come, free classes. You know, you get your first class free in anything you want. You want to do judo, adult judo, come do a free class. You want to do kickboxing?
See if it's for you.
Free. See if it's for you. I'm talking you. Come over. I'm expecting to see you. Come over. It's great. And so there's just so many opportunities that they give back to the community, and the kind of things that you're doing. So I'm excited. We have the World Championships coming up in Croatia. That's in September. The British Championships. So guys and girls are out there, you know, getting after it. You know, they're really working hard, and I'm just blessed to be part of it. You know, as this founder and Secretary General, I'm also the president of the Referees Commission for all of Africa Wrestling, and there's 47 nations in Africa. There's over 140 wrestling countries on Earth. 47 of them are in Africa. That's the biggest number on any continent: Asia, Europe, North, South America. So wrestling is huge, and having the
first thing you know too, growing up when you're a kid. The first thing you know,
brother and sister, you're wrestling.
That beats on you or something.
You're wrestling. You're wrestling them. So it's huge, and it's an intrinsic thing. You know, it started BC. You know, and it's been in every modern Olympics. You know, wrestling is a major thing, but it's a beautiful thing, and I like, because of the difference that in so many other sports is the accountability you have to hold yourself. What you eat. It's not about starving yourself. It's about getting good nutrition and taking care of yourself away from your coach. You know, all those other sports you mentioned, you need a coach with you. Oh, your form is wrong for here, this and that. It's going just as much as that. Your nutrition and what you do. Wait, coach, I didn't need anything. How are you 2 pounds over? I have no idea. All I did was take a shower and go to bed. Did you drink that shower water? What happened in there? So, no, I'm thankful to be part of it, you know, and just doing my part to keep it going. It gives me a lot of pride to watch these student athletes have success. I brought a group that went to Istanbul, Turkey a couple of years ago from the Barrington area and from Massachusetts. Fabulous opportunity to see the world through sport. And that's kind of, even though I was a military brat, I wasn't in the military myself, but I kind of didn't want Uncle Sam telling me what to do, you know, so I got to see the world through sport. And I've been to, you know, over 30 countries. I've been to almost every state in the United States, all for the sport of wrestling. So I love it. It's been great for me. It's been great.
I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, and look forward to having you back, too.
Absolutely. No, thank you. It's been my pleasure.
Peace.
All right.
All righty. And I think I'm going to flip of it right now for us. It says it was recording the whole time.